Hey guys, Desolator Magic here, and while we may be very familiar with what Mariah Carey wants for Christmas, all I want for Christmas is these 12 cards banned. Why 12? Because 12 days of Christmas. Since when is Christmas 12 days? It's 1 day. Is that Hanukkah they're thinking of? Who even said there's 12 days of Christmas? Who started that? It's just not correct. Anyway, a normal channel would do 1 per day, but I'm too busy making cyberpunk content, and plus that's just stupid. So let's just jump into it. Auspicious Starrix. It's recurring free casting. I hate it. I hate everything about it. I hate Mutate, I hate this creature, and I hate decks that run it. Free casting is broken. You want to bring something into play? Pay mana for it. That's how Magic works. Number 2, in no particular order, which is why I'm not counting down from 12, because who cares? Luminarch Aspirant. If somebody gets this out on turn 2, the game is over unless you can kill it virtually instantly. You sit on your butt and do nothing and get a free counter. I mean, remember when you had to do something like trigger a heroic trigger to have Phalanx or whatever give your creatures a counter, and that was the hottest card in Standard? Yeah, now you don't have to do anything. I mean, if this thing cost 6 and was mythic, cool. They didn't even make it legendary. I mean, what the hell were they thinking? A free counter. A free counter for doing absolutely nothing. No condition, no mana, no tapping, nothing. And it can target itself. What the hell were they thinking? Number 3 is Victory's Envoy, because it's the same damn card. Yes, it does cost 5 instead of 2, but it puts a counter on every creature you control, every other creature you control, because that would be really broken if they made it target itself. Or affect itself. It's not targeting, who cares? They get this out, you either blow it up or you lose. And you shouldn't describe a 5-cost non-legendary card that way. That's ridiculous. Yes, it's time delayed. Yes, it's kind of countdown. Yes, it has no evasion. It's still mathematically a disaster. Next up, we've got Rune Crab. I cannot stand this absolute piece of garbage. It's a 1-drop 0/3 combat stopper that also mills. It's so likely to beat you with sheer mill that people put this in anything running blue. Any deck of any type. Could be a landfall deck, could be a control deck, could be anything. Doesn't matter. You have to now burn a kill spell on this piece of garbage in the first couple turns, or you are going to run out of cards and lose. Running out of cards is a bullshit way to lose a game. It doesn't even let you play your damn deck, and now you have to burn a kill spell on something that costs 1 mana. Are you kidding me? What a game-ruining, miserable excuse for a card. Next up, Scute Swarm. Obviously, the number 1 card that needs to be banned right now in Standard is Scute Swarm, by a long shot. Yes, they slowed it down a little bit by killing landfall decks that run green. Doesn't matter, people still play it. I still play it, I still win with it. If your opponent plays this on turn 3, you might as well just forfeit if you don't have a kill spell, because you either destroy this immediately, or you are going to lose the game to it. Hey, that sounds familiar. Haven't I said that 3 or 4 times already this video? It's almost like non-legendary cards that cost 1, 2, or 3, either or especially both, shouldn't be game-ending threats. Speaking of exactly what I just said, Relic Runner. This is Chandra with her bullshit turn 1 unblockable, non-stoppable emblem that does 1 damage every upkeep, but for 2 less mana. Who thought this bullshit was a good idea? Yes, I've strapped a bunch of counters and a lifelink staff to one of these stupid artifacts and then killed them with it. That was funny, I don't care. That's not a consistent strategy. What are you gonna do? Burn a kill spell on a 0/1 on your own side that you can't get rid of because it can't block? This is the most obnoxious nuisance of a card. And if you're about to say, well, just block it, just shut the up. They just blew up every creature you have with the overpowered, unbelievably ubiquitous bullshit red removal spells, which have power crept to oblivion and back already in Standard. And besides the incredibly high damage for incredibly low mana, they also get scries and card draws out of it. Because why not? So no, you're not blocking this thing. Plus, you probably swing away. This thing has haste. I mean, what do you have? A flash creature? It's going to hit you. You are going to take a 1 life penalty from now until the end of the game, and there's nothing you can do about it except take a valuable removal spell like Banishing Light and remove a freaking 0/1 Goblin Construct Artifact Creature token from your own line of creatures. A thing which nobody should ever have to do under any circumstances. That is such a bullshit tactic. This is such an annoying card, and they knew it, and they approved it anyway. Speaking of broken, obnoxious crap in red, we've got Brash Taunter. Yes, it costs 5. I don't care. It's indestructible in any amount of damage done to it by any player, which was the mistake. They should have said opponents only. Then it deals that much damage to target opponents. So what do? They drop a meteor on it for 20 damage and the game's over. It's a gimmicky, stupid bullshit combo, and this can single-handedly stop you from swinging for the entire rest of the game, because you'll take more damage than they'll take, and you can't tolerate that. So all you have to do is exile it, right? Or I guess turn it into a frog. Those are your two options. Well, that's 2 colors. What do the other 3 colors do? Climb over the table and punch their opponent in the face for playing this card is the answer. Oh, and by the way, once they equip him with 7 different pieces of equipment and 2 auras, then they can pay 3, tap him, and then he fights another creature, takes damage, and then you just lose. There's nothing you can do to stop this damage. Unblockable damage is very dangerous, and here it is in your face. You can't do anything about it. I despise this garbage card. Next up, yes, they're basically all red. Shut the hell up. Torbran, Thane of Redfell. The community has been calling for this card to be banned for months. In fact, it's almost years at this point. This effectively, in the decks that run it, triples the damage of every single permanent. Or every red creature, whatever. Everything they're running is now tripled. Nobody can stand up to that. The way I've phrased this in the past, in case you are absolutely dead upstairs and have no concept of fair balance, math, or logic, maybe this will clear it up for you. So they take a carefully balanced game where this color has this strategy and these creatures, and then maybe that's a 3/1 first striker, but then they have a 5/5 trampler, and then, but they have a flyer, but then they have lifelink, and it's all kind of balanced, and each color and deck and archetype does its own little thing, and then you take one of them and just say, well, I'll triple it. What do you think that does to the balance? You can't just triple it. You can't just take everything and say, X3 now. Is that still fair, everybody? Is that still balanced? Every other card in Standard that's red is now tripled. But this, if it hits for 2, it only hits for 4, that's not triple. Shut the hell up. Shut up. Shut your f***ing mouth. Clearly you've never played against this card. Clearly 2 + 2 is still too much. 1 + 2 is too much. Anything +2 is too damn much. This piece of trash is also a dwarf subtype, which means it's going to see a massive resurgence when this bullshit Kaldheim set comes out. Oh, goody. Maybe they'll finally ban it. At this point, it's done so much damage, it's too late. I wouldn't even care if they ban it. Next up, Fiery Emancipation, because it's the same card. The only difference is this isn't just red sources. Unlike Torbran, this isn't legendary. And this actually triples all the damage. Not just, haha, funny Torbran deck, I've got a bunch of hasters that hit for 1. No, this is actually tripling. So you could just win the game with 1 giant flying 5/5. Which, how the hell did that thing not make the list? What was I thinking? Yeah, put that stupid Hellkite thing and that other, put both the damn dragons on this list. Screw them. Next up, fine, I'll do a non-red card, but we're coming back. Red's pretty f***ed right now. It's Peer into the Abyss, which is just an instant kill combo. Why did they think anybody wants this? Did they not learn from Approach of the Second Sun? It's a binary win condition. You either counter this spell or you lose. Period. The end. All they need is the, draw 1 card, take 1 damage card, and then this, and all they have is board wipe, removal, board wipe, removal, draw. Oh, look, I got the combo. Boring ass, repetitive, stupid, not to mention glass cannon, fragile as shit deck that this goes in. It's just a disgrace. It is a slap in the face to any players that play to have fun, because it's just, oh, I cast a creature, board wipe. Oh, I cast a creature. Oh, you blew it up. Oh, I cast a creature. You stole it and sacked it. Oh, I cast a enchantment. Cool, you forced me to sack it because welcome to black. In fact, no, I believe Farrakhan's could always do that. Direct targeted enchantment removal. They just added that to black in the color pie, like this year. And then, oh, look, Peer into the Abyss. You lose. Or counterspell. Well, okay, forfeit then. Wow, how exciting. What dynamic gameplay. Whoever designed this needs to be fired from Wizards of the Coast immediately. They are too stupid and clueless and out of touch with what fun gameplay is. They're beyond saving. They need to go. Plus, this art is disturbing and disgusting, and I'm sick of looking at it. Next up, Zenith Flare, because it's the same damn card. I just sit there watching them go, pay 1 cycle, pay 1 cycle, pay 1 cycle, Zenith Flare, I win, or pay 1 cycle, nothing, pay 1 cycle, nothing, pay 1 cycle, nothing, pay 1 cycle, oh, I hit a land finally, oh, shit. Oh, you got me, as they sit there and do nothing, although honestly, the cycle trigger creatures, all 3 of them are overpowered as shit. Or at least two of them are. I mean, unlimited token generation, as if you're ever going to get past that without flying or trample. And if you kill it, well, that's just one more cycling creature in the graveyard, isn't it? You can't win. You cannot win against this deck, except for their own bad luck, kicking them square in the balls. That is your counter strategy to Zenith Flare cycling decks, is them not being lucky enough to pull this card. And when they get, 6, 7, 8 attempts per turn to pull it, that's pretty up. Every single time I detect that they are early game running a cycling deck, I will boat anchor them until hell freezes over. They are getting slow played for 60 minutes plus. I don't care. I will pull up YouTube. I'll start catching Pokemon. They need to be taught a lesson that this stupid, repetitive, easy, free win, brain dead, brainless bullshit pile of a deck has zero place in our community. If you don't do the same, you are enabling them. You are part of the problem. And not just trying to get people to stop playing the damn card, because that just pushes the statistics in the wrong direction. Every time a Wizards of the Coast intern tweets out what they had for lunch that day, you should reply with ban Zenith Flare and a picture of this card. With, I'm sick of playing against this trash. This is boring, repetitive bullshit. Ban this garbage. They need to hear about this every single time they pop their head up to look around and check for air. But instead, what do they get on Twitter? A bunch of Wizards ass kissers and apologists saying, yeah, I like free wins. I like playing brainlessly while I'm doing nothing and playing distracted, and just, getting free coins for doing nothing with no talent and no skill whatsoever. You know what? This deck and those people need to be removed from the community. Both of them. And finally, the 12th card on the list is Zenith Sand, Doom Foretold, Dream Trawler, Drown in the Loch, Embercleave, Luris, Outlaw's Merriment, Ugin, Veto, Winota, Yorion, and probably a couple others I forgot. If you thought I was sticking to 12, then you're an idiot. There's a lot more cards that need to be banned than 12. Get a clue, but what the hell? Let's run through them again. Okay, we've got Zenith Sand. Free casting from your own damn graveyard at flash speed while he replaces something that's probably unblockable or flying in the first place. You can't get more broken or degenerate than that. You can't. Stealing your shit and beating you with it after attempting to mill you out as a surprise where you have half of one phase to stop this. Who thought this was a good idea? Okay, Doom Foretold. No, actually, I want to keep my permanence. This is such a time delay, control enabling pile of shit. Dream Trawler. You literally cannot destroy this thing under any circumstances, and it's not legendary. Drown in the Loch. I'm just sick of this stupid fucking card. Oh good, Rogue Mill players get an automatic removal / counter spell utility knife card that does exactly what they want when they need it with no restrictions on it, because we all know everybody's got a graveyard count through the roof if they're running rogues. No thanks, I don't want this bullshit anywhere near my game. Embercleave, surprise, you lose because you let one creature through. Ha ha ha, f*** you. And also it's tripled because of Torbran. Just kidding, it's not because you let it through, it now has trample. Luris, because I love it when people get a free deadweight every single turn with no limit. Unlimited recasting of a spell over and over and over. That's great. Why don't they just get rid of the graveyard completely? Why don't they just have every card go straight back to your hand? Outlaw's Merriment, unlimited free creatures. What could go wrong with that? I can't imagine. Ugin. F*** you, Ugin. Veto, as if life gain wasn't bad enough, now you get unblockable damage on top of it. So while they're not losing, you're losing because they're not losing. Wow, that's not OP at all. Winota, why the f*** isn't this card banned? You know the only thing worse than free casting? Free casting indestructible creatures in the middle of combat that I can't respond to. Yorion, oh boy, flicker everything repeatedly. I love it when people make this their commander in Brawl. That's great. Oh, I just need 7 more ETB effects in my life going off on your turn when you're already playing a bullshit control deck. That's my shit. That's my favorite shit to play against. And you know what? I'm sick of the ETB Dragon too. I don't even remember the name of it because God knows even I have some standards. I'm not playing that bullshit, so of course I don't know what the card's named. And you know what needs to be removed from the game just almost exclusively because of Brawl right now? Any card that has the phrase power 4 or greater on it in green. All of them. Every single one of them. The giant dinosaur stompy foot, the other one with the Garuk on it or whoever the hell's on it, and all of them. I mean, plus, trample, every creature gets trample on top of it. F*** you and your trample. And you know that Hydra card where you just sit there, oh, double the counters, double the counters, double the counters. Haha, I have a 128. That's fair. The freaking 1-drop colorless universal put it in any deck with no restrictions lifelink trample artifact. Are you kidding me? Shadow Spear, by the way, in case you're stupid, that card never in a million years should have been printed. It's colorless, and yet it's single-handedly the #1 worst, most egregious color pie break in the history of the game. There have been over 30,000 cards designed, and that is single-handedly the worst thing to happen to the color pie and color identities ever. You can't just give any deck, any tactic, any strategy white and green's major advantages for 1 freaking mana. It's gotten to the point where people who know what the hell they're doing and aren't running mill are like, I'm going to build a new deck. Okay, I don't even have an idea yet, but we're throwing Shadow Spear in. Okay, what are the other 56 cards going to be? In Brawl, I've never seen anybody not play it. When you select Brawl as the type of deck when you're building it on Arena, they might as well just auto-add Shadow Spear and Stone Coil. So thanks for watching this cheery holiday video. Don't forget to leave a like on it and subscribe to Desolator Gaming, because I'm sure as shit not going to be on this channel very long. See you guys next video.